Welcome back to my podcast, Navigating Life in Spirit. This podcast covers mental, emotional, spiritual matters, and all that jazz. Hola, my name is Hilary Molefe, a life enthusiast and a sister in spirit. I will be sharing my takeouts from everyday life by covering an array of topics, my views on them, and how I've handled them. I'm by no means an expert or a professional on the topics that are covered. This is solely a personal journey that I will be sharing with you. There I was on the net searching for what I could keep myself busy with. Work was dwindling and the things that I intended to collaborate on didn't come to fruition, which meant I had all the time in the world. What on earth was I going to do? For the first time in a long time, I had so much time on my hands. You know what they say about time? The time is a currency that needs to be spent well. Not sure who says that, but I'm sure someone does out there. And if that was the case, then I would be in trouble. I've heard people say they wish there was more time in a day. I just think they need to spend it better. See, when I started my search, it wasn't just to find something random or time-consuming. I wanted something that would have an impact in someone's life. I'd already had the experience of working full-time for someone, something I was still considering with the likelihood of not happening. I wanted something flexible. Tried to find ways to keep myself busy with this and that. I got discouraged for a moment. A thought would pop up every now and again reminding me that I didn't have control over everything. And it was right. I think at that point I was acting out of desperation to fill up my days with something worthwhile. I stopped the search and decided that there was a reason why, air quote, nothing was working out. A day at a time sounded like a love affair I was going to have to take on. What do they say? Time is linear or not linear? But I know someone believes it out there. There's an understanding that's how value is measured in this world of ours. So it was only natural that the questions of whether I was wasting my time, if I was doing enough, came up. The funniest day was when I found myself in my car at a parking lot with no plan in mind. My curious mind, as you'd have it, asked, "Are you going to just sit there in the parking lot all day?" My answer, of course, was, "You bet your ass I was." I was in the moment, listening to my meditative music, drinking either coffee or tea, enjoying the sun rays through my window, and just really being fascinated at how I was going to spend my day. That, to an ordinary Joe or Susie, was time wasted. But to be honest, there's something to be said about just being in the moment. Being part of the stillness. We get so used to the rat race, the wanting of busyness, the constant happenings of life, that the moment stillness is introduced, the discomfort creeps in. Every start of the day, I ask myself, what will you do today? You know what my answer is? I am gonna go with the flow to see what the day has in store for me. Cue alarm bells ringing. I get it though. I get why they would. I mean, going with the flow doesn't sound too promising or productive, does it? It's a state of limbo which I don't think many people appreciate. In this spiritual community, you'll have people that tell you to command the kind of day you want. For me, it's being open to whatever comes with little to no expectations, simply noticing everything that happens around me, from my responses to what I was met with, to how those around me are, the ebb and flow. There are moments where just being is challenging. I mean, if you think about it, we spend a lot of our lives doing, from school to work to living out our roles in society. When do we take the break? When do we become who we said to be when we decided that we want to experience this human life? Sure, there are those that get to live this out on a daily. I am talking here to those that are actively in the battle of life. Are weekends enough for you to be who you all want to be? Are you living the life that you seek? Don't get so consumed that you have to fight to make time for what's important. Don't get so consumed that you miss the important things in life that make us who we are. And no, I'm not talking of more distractions. I'm talking about looking within more. Get to know yourself. A stance in life, not as a title or role you play in society. Show up for yourself. If I were to ask you right now, what makes you come alive? Would you have an answer? We get busy, so distracted, hard at work and play, that we seldom stop and smell the flowers, taste the coffee, feel the breeze, touch for textures, hear your heartbeat, see the beauty that exists around, experience ourselves. Yes, a lot is happening around us, within us, to us, for us, but don't deprive yourself of presence. Treat every moment as a gift. Use your 7 senses. You will be surprised what you get exposed to just by being. I've chosen to embrace all that comes with it. The different tones of silence, the different shades of emotions that come up, the plenty joyous moments that hop along, the many faces I see when out and about. With this, I'm able to seize the opportunities that present themselves, that allow me to observe the way I show up in my and others' lives. If you'd see me, you'd think I've no worry in the world, but truth is, I prefer to enjoy the is that my life is. Worrying about tomorrow or yesterday gives me so much angst, and well, I ain't got the time or energy to dwell in it. So I choose today. Stillness flirts with me in ways that I am finding quite attractive. I enjoy her so much. She challenges me into discovering who I am and who I'm transforming to be. Thankfully, because she and I are dear friends, she's welcome and always entertained. This happens a lot and has been since I was much younger. I often wondered why that was, if I was the only person going through this. I always look forward to her visits. It's just that at times she comes when I already have company. It is at that point, though, that it's imperative to let her in, as this is when my inner voice beckons to be listened to. Stillness allows a certain flow. It is absolutely vital that we know our truest desires. Let's let appreciation for ourselves lead the way, the love of being closer to who we really are. Our purpose. I read somewhere that purpose shouldn't be labor, that it shouldn't be something we work so hard for. I know many will revert to how much time they don't have to be sitting around doing nothing, but try meditation. Or if that doesn't work for you, how about you do an activity, a chore, or whatever it is in silence? Gift yourself that slice of break in a day to be present in whatever it is that you're doing. Be in the moment, be in the present, be where you are. You might like it. It might be something you need, something you're able to come back to when the tough gets going. I know most people don't like silence when there's chaos, but I have learned that most times that's when it's essential. Do this with no interruption. Explore yourself. Discover the hidden gems that need the exposure. Allow yourself the experience of being in your fullness. My parting words to you today: don't be so plugged into everyone and everything and forget to plug into yourself. Appreciate the is that you are. Appreciate where you are, how you are. Be a gift to yourself. Some affirmations. I will be brave to face stillness. I will make stillness my friend. I am grateful for the gift that is the present. Catch me on all social media platforms should you wish to reach out using the same name, Navigating Life in Spirit, or you can pop me an email, navigatinglifeinspirit@gmail.com. Do me a solid. Don't forget to love yourself in the midst of it all. With love and spirit, this is your sister, Hilary Molefe, signing out. Hi, Bekanya.